G'day, my name is Noel Atkinson. I'm really excited to present this video on using generative AI in your assignments. I love AI. It's a bit of my background. My specialty is in information systems, my research area. So when AI came onto the scene, I was one of the first lecturers to dive right into it and use it. So some questions. What is AI? AI is a piece of software. When you give it a topic or an idea, it tries to guess what you want to talk about. So it's really one step up from your search engines that in the past could guess what you were looking for. These days, you want to talk about snowmen. Well, people who wanted to talk about snowmen usually wanted to talk about the movie Frozen. And so then it might start to talk all about the topic of Frozen, or it might start to give you a scientific history and knowledge of snowmen and ice and water and things like this, guessing what you want to talk about. AI has a number of different programs out there. There's ChatGPT, there's Gemini Bard, there's Microsoft Copilot, and it's appearing in almost everything that's coming out at the moment. And just remembering, it is a probabilistic framework. It's trying to guess what you want to talk about. What AI is not, is it's not credible. AI often gets its information from almost everywhere. It's much like Wikipedia was in the very early stages 20 years ago, when Wikipedia was just a few new pages and anyone was writing onto it. And it's really not a replacement for original work, because your work is your work, it's your ideas. AI is not you. So some general limitations. AI may not be current. So some of the information may be up to date, it may not be up to date. AI may not be accurate. And so sometimes AI wants to give you what it thinks you want to hear, and sometimes it'll make that up. AI has obscure authorship. It doesn't tell you where it gets its information from. So it might be getting its information from personal blogs, which are just someone else's ideas, and they're not reliable at all. And the quality of the output, sometimes it's really good and sometimes it is absolutely terrible. Once again, it's found some opinions on Twitter, it's grabbed them and putting them into its answer. And it's also biased. We all know the internet itself is a wide and big land, and there's lots of different ideas out there. So where it's getting its information from is often biased as well. So what can we use it for? And you've got to ask yourself, am I just playing with a piece of technology, or is this actually helping me and saving me with time? First thing, always refer to your university academic integrity policy. These are really important. Second thing to remember, is it saving me time? So will this tool help me get through my assignments quicker, or will it distract me away because now I'm creating videos of monkeys walking into a Western bar and I'm playing with the technology? So first things first, is it time saving? Next thing, should I be using this or should I be using another approach, such as the library, the search engines in the library, Google Scholar? Is this the right tool that I need to use? And am I using it ethically and with good academic integrity? And you can check most of your university academic integrity policies. Ethical ways that students can use AI. So one of the best ways is to brainstorm initial ideas. You've got an assignment to do. If you're working in project management and you've got to do an assignment using Microsoft Project, AI is a great tool to explain terms that your lecturer used but you didn't quite capture. It's a great tool for learning how to record presentations in PowerPoint, how to use Microsoft Project. It's a great tool for grammar and proofreading, so a lot of students use Grammarly. It's a great tool for summarizing PDFs, so often instead of reading a whole big book or document, you can ask it to summarize it in 3 paragraphs, and then you'll know whether or not you really do need to deep dive and read that book or that article. It's a great tool for idea expansion, expanding your ideas and that sort of stuff, and it's a great tool for concept mapping, that is, looking at original content and just working out where you want to go with whatever idea you want to present. Generative AI, its ethical use, it's really good for conveying complex ideas. And so if your lecturer in your class has talked about something, you didn't quite grasp it, You can ask AI to draw your picture or to talk it through. It's really good for keyword discovery. So you might want to ask it, what keywords should I use for the search engine in the library database? It's really good for finding resources. So you can often ask the AI, find me a video or find me something to learn about this stuff. And it's really good for an in-depth exploration. So sitting behind an AI and punching in keyword after keyword and prompt after prompt can really help you learn about a topic as well. Where it's not ethical is it struggles with connecting different ideas together and phrases. It struggles with using a summary without analysis. So it really doesn't analyze what it does, what it's looking at. It can summarize it really well, but it can't help you hook together. I've got my assignment. This is what a PDF I found. Well, that PDF didn't quite relate to my assignment, but I need to find a way of the connections. And we do that all the time when we're looking up library sources ourselves. And it's also not very good at checking its sources. So AI gives you what it thinks you want. And so if you say, write me an academic article on this, but it can't find any academic articles, it may resort to tweets from Twitter or, now called social media X. It may be resorting to those sorts of sources of information without actually telling you either. So it's also, when using it for academic work, as I said, really good for brainstorming, really good for explaining concepts, really good for revision, checking over your work as well. So tools such as Grammarly, really good to give you feedback as well. So just before submission, if you're a Microsoft Copilot, give me 5 points for how I could improve this assignment. It's a really good use. A bad way of using it is to actually just cut and paste stuff from AI. It's really bad to misrepresent your ideas and take the text from the AI and say that they're yours. And it's also really bad use when you don't check the references as well. Here are some examples. Question, John plugged a prompt into an AI and copied and pasted the response before submitting it. Well, that's a bad one. Al created a response, Jen read and edited and submitted the response. Well, that's also bad. Mary consulted AI for ideas. She paraphrased the idea from AI into her assignment. That's bad. Michael consulted AI for ideas and structure. He then researched and wrote the assignment. That's a good one. So here are some red flags that for academic staff that we'll be looking for. Lack of critical analysis. AI always has been programmed to try and appear not biased, which makes its bias even worse because we can't see where it's biased. AI may answer some parts of the assignment really well, but not other areas, or it may try to answer it from the wrong topic. So maybe it's looking at a computer system, but it's replying from an engineering base rather than a computer science base. It does not address the aspects of the question. So AI finds whole questions really difficult, so it might focus on 1 or 2 bits it can do well and ignore others. The language used is often different from a student, so it might be that a student has perfect referencing and the AI is not so good at referencing, or the other way. The AI has perfect referencing and the student does not have good referencing. There's often irregularities between in-text citation and references. So I might have an in-text reference with nothing at the end, or an end reference with nothing in the middle. And the document metadata, so if students created a document and it's only been created for a day, that's a high flag for something that would have been done and generated by AI. So the main thing you can do is really acknowledge your sources. If I have used AI in the creation of this assignment, ask your lecturer before you do it, and they're often really happy for you to use it. Just tell them what you're going to do, and then check your university's referencing policies, either put it on the cover page or on the back page, put it somewhere. This is what I used it for. So if I used Grammarly, put that down on the documentation as well. So generative AI at CQU, remember, it's a tool. It's not a credible source of information. Always acknowledge your use. Accurately cite information. The information must be your own. Check your assessment questions. CQ resources to help you, looking up the generative AI guide in the university, academic integrity in a workshop as well. And in the spirit of acknowledging my sources, In addition to the links I've shown you on my screen, I did get some help from some friends at Edith Cowan University at putting this together as well. So just remember, AI is a great tool if used ethically. And if in doubt, ask your lecturer, consult the referencing guides, and enjoy yourself.